mistakes you made when talking to her. Now, I like, you know, so crazy. Like, I've been coming in, I've been trying left, right, too. Something that I want you to do is focus on what are you making mistakes on. Guys, it is as simple as just getting back home at the end of the night and jotting down a couple points, things you messed up on. You shot the shot, it went left. You put too much pressure on your hook, it went right. You thought you had a jab, cross, wing. You thought you had that. A lot of times, often, a lot of guys aren't analyzing their mistakes. Now, the main thing that I want you guys to be very, very aware, because I know the dating game can be tough, it can be rough, but here's a lot of times that a lot of young guys, people are not telling you guys, hey, number one, you gotta stop oversharing. Now, there's points of contact where you're talking to the girl. Yada, 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 da, 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 you're talking. Guys, you should not be out here oversharing, over-explaining. Too much. It's like, yabba. Why are you doing that? Now, a lot of people are like, oh, coach, well, I like talking a lot. I like sharing myself. But where is the time when you get to know her? Well, coach, I do that too. I talk. Here's the thing. You are no longer a mystery in her eyes. I've said this in previous videos because often I'm getting the same question. Yo, coach, what should I do in this situation? Yo, coach, and this is one of those situations. A lot of mistakes young guys are going into the dating game and they're talking. Whenever they get a chance, they want to talk. This is about my life. This is what I'm going through. Here's my feelings. Here's my emotions. You think a girl's going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, this is my king. This is the dream. This is the guideline. This is my person. No girl wants a guy that's going to be yap, and tell her everything about her life, his life, and then this is going on, and this is what I'm struggling with, and I'm struggling with this. No girl wants to hear that. Key mistake. The key thing for you guys to stop sharing is to just be a better listener. That's why we have 2 ears, guys. The more you listen to her, you can fall off of points, but the floor is always going to be hers, right? It's like she's the floor, you're the ball, you're dribbling, you're trying to go. If you understand and you know how to tangle, you're going to do great work. But if you're selfish in the game and you're only focused on what you can get, a lot of times, guys are trying to overqualify themselves for that girl so that she can just say, oh, I like this one. You're trying to get picked, guys. Because you're trying to get picked, you're oversharing. She doesn't need to know what high school, what middle school you went to, and this little story that happened. She don't really care about that. Most girls are just trying to find someone. Can you just be that guy for her? Can you be that protector in that situation? Can you just be able to be emotionally up there with me to handle me? That's what they're vetting. But often guys are going in it and being like, oh, yeah. I'm gonna shoot this. Yeah, pass me the ball. It's like, nah, you're getting lost in translation. Second step, lusting. Guys, oh my gosh. Tween, hezzy. Y'all gonna have to control it. Guys, I understand it. You may be 19. You probably have not even had experience with women. I'm trying to tell you guys, lower the volume. Control your lust, bro. It's not that hard. It's like, I understand the world is so much pow. There's so much going on that you're just getting mentally stimulated so much. And as soon as a girl gets in your presence, that's the only thing you're thinking about. You're going to have to get out that mode. A lot of guys that have played the game understand I can control you. You control your lust after you dated a couple times. There's a lot of things that hold you and stops you from doing those things because you just recognize, well, why am I putting so much energy into something? And it's like, oh, it's my end goal. Coach, this is my end goal. But it's your end goal, so you're fumbling your words and you're fumbling the whole objective of X, Y, and Z because you're solely focused on this. You don't even see them as a person. You just focused on that. And I'm trying to tell you, if you can control your lust, majority of times, you know what I call that. I'm not trying to tell y'all, but I'm just saying that's the cheat code. You guys are out here talking to these girls for one thing. Guys, this is the point. You become more attractive when you know how to control your lust. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how people talk about it. If you're playing in the world, that's the cheat code. Now, if you play that spirit, that's a different game. But I'm telling you about the world, that's what it's going to be like. The guy that can control his lust, the guy that looks at it, that can hang out with her and not do anything. That guy is winning 10 out of 10 times over and over. Okay, next, you're too available. Now, I talk about this point a lot because I believe there's certain places and certain ways of how people, the perception of time is actually a pivotal thing that a lot of people miss. But one of those things that a lot of people miss is the availability. Now, I run multiple businesses, right? So with me running multiple businesses, I believe as a owner, as an infrastructure, as a leader, you have to be available. Somebody can contact you, have to be available. It doesn't matter. It's just you being as present as possible. And that's one of the key qualities to a lot of these CEOs and these leaders, so I adapt that. So in my mind, I believe when you're talking to me, I should be available at a specific time when I have time to actually engage. For the masses, not a lot of people think like that. A lot of people think, hey, I got availability when I'm going to be like days ago. I'm available, but you're the only person I'm talking to, so I'm going to hit you up as quick as possible. You don't got nothing going on. You don't got no business, you don't got no sports, you don't got nothing. You just come home, and you're on your phone, and you're just hitting her up quick. That's what you're doing. She don't see that. She just see like, oh man, he's just thirsty for me. That's what's messed up about right now, because a lot of guys don't have nothing that they're pursuing. When I play ball, I only pursue ball. Like, I had those things in the background, but I wake up, think about ball. I go to sleep, think about ball. Like, that's the only thought process that when I wake up, I think about the business. I think about what I can do better. I think about the things. So I'm like, well, I still have access to saying, hey, if somebody hit me up, I'm gonna be available for you. If you're not doing that as a man, you gotta start thinking like that. Women kind of understand, if you're in high school or you're in college and they know your routine and you don't play a sport and you don't have a hobby or activity, they're gonna already vet you out and be like, why are you too available? It's easier in college because you can see her all the time. High school, not so often, right? Like, there's so many different levels to this, but the real game is real life. Guys, if you're 24 or 25 and you're texting her quick, you're too available. She's gonna literally be like, why does he not have a career? Is he not doing anything? Why is he only on my mind? It's like, that's the thing that goes through their mind. Now you're backpedaling. So, like, just remember these steps, right? You guys gotta remember, oversharing is a big no-no. Lusting over her and that being the only thing that you're thinking about is a big no-no. To be too available, it's another thing to be no-no. If you don't got a business, if you're not working on anything, you're too available, it's a big no-no. So believe it or not, class is closed. Okay. Guys, I need you guys to tap it for me. Guys, if you haven't popped into the Discord, go to the Discord. The link is in the bio. Just click it, the Book of Yay. Join the Discord, guys. Also, go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Turn me up! But I want to get to the one point that everybody's been asking me. Coach this, coach that, coach, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Yes, I can! Yes, I can! And I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm doing a 6-month coaching program. Guys, it's a one-on-one. It's only a couple spots. Look, for the guys that are serious, go join the Discord. The link is in my bio. DM me one-on-one. And then we can go from there. But guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm only taking people that's trying to get off the bench and try to play the game and try to win. I'm not taking people that don't want to win. You guys ever been to a program and you look over here and you're like, oh snap, the program's good. Yeah, we're doing that, guys. So the guys that want to get their fitness right, for the guys that want to get their goals right, for the guys that want to demolish the dating game and go and understand how to go past the heartbreak, I'm that guy. For the guys that really want to tap in on their faith, I'm that guy. So I'm only going to take a couple guys that are really serious, guys. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna see how you're at. But I'm only taking serious people. If you are the type of person that say, hey, I'm done with the fact that I'm losing at life and I want to win, the people that are locked in with the Book of Yay, we gonna win. You gonna look at your teammates and you gonna say, I'm a winner. But at the end of the day, if you come on this side, we gonna work. It's no BS. It's everything. It's daily. So guys, tap in. The Book of Yay. Go to YouTube, subscribe, lock in. But believe it or not, class is closed.